Hello there, you aesthetically pleasing person. This is Chris from TechSpert and I'm here with the new Nokia 3.2. I say new, it's only just coming to the likes of the UK and Europe. I think it's been out in America and other regions for a while already. Gonna give it a full unboxing now. It's one of the cheaper Nokias that you can get at just £99, rather from £99, because it comes in a couple of different SKUs. There is the phone itself. Let's just see what else you get in there. Bit of pokey pin device to actually get your SIM in, of course. And you get your 3-pin plug, you get your USB charging cable, micro USB of course, as it's quite a basic handset. And look at that, you even get some really cheap and cheerful earphones bundled in there as well. Of course they are the hard shell variety, which means they'll probably scour your ear holes, but nice to have all the same. And that's what you get in the box, nice and easy. Now the Nokia 3.2 is a bit of a beast. It's a 6.26 inch display, although at least it does fill most of the front edge. As you can see there, quite skinny bezels down the sides and up top as well, just a little nipple notch poking its way in there. And down below you've got a reasonably chunky bezel with a bit of Nokia branding there. Flip it over and it's a basic plastic finish, unfortunately. So you don't get any of that lovely sort of aluminium framing as you do on some of the slightly more premium Nokia handsets. As you can see there, it's starting to already smudge up a fair bit as well. You can pick it up in a couple of different hues. This black model, otherwise silver as well. Although I believe they call the silver one steel, just to make it sound a bit sexier. Because even that steel model will probably scratch up fairly easily because of course plastic is not the most durable of materials, so I'd recommend slipping a cover on it if you want it to keep looking fresh. This is the most budget-friendly model, so this will come in at £99. This offers 2GB of RAM, and as you can see there, there's no fingerprint sensor on the back either, whereas if you pay a little bit more, you will get 3GB of RAM and you'll get a rear-mounted fingerprint sensor as well. Let's just see if we've got any juice in there. Yes, we do. Brilliant. So we'll be able to get it all set up and take a bit of a tour of the hardware and the software. And as you can see, it is of course an Android 1 device. It'll be a nice stock version of Android Pie. Hopefully get updated to Android 10 imminently, and you can expect a full update to Android 11 next year as well, and plentiful security updates and all that kind of shenanigans as well. Love it. Classic, timeless. Now you may not get a fingerprint sensor here on this most basic version of the Nokia 3.2, but you do get a bit of face unlock, which is quite nifty. So let's just hit yes, set up the screen lock, and then let's start. Get my face in that. Oh God, I'll have to pull back a bit. And hopefully, yeah, it's slowly registering me. My face is in the hole. Do you need more of my face in the hole? Less of my face? What? My face is in that area. It is all up in that area. Come on, you stupid phone. Finally got there in the end. Says my mug registered. Now I can use my gorgeous visage to unlock the smartphone, which is handy because it gets kind of tiresome entering a pin every single time. So first up, let's see if that face recognition actually works. So let's just power down the Nokia 3.2 and then hit that power button again, and hopefully, as you can see there, it's got the little face icon up. It's scanning for me, and there we go. We got there in the end. It's yeah, it's not quite as impressive as the face recognition on the Moto E6 Plus, which costs a similar amount, about the £100 mark, and also comes fitted with a fingerprint sensor as well. But gets you there in the end. Right, now that we're all set up and booted up and everything, we can take a proper look at that 6.26 inch display. So it's a TFT LCD. It's all reasonably punchy for a budget device from a quick glance. If we boost up that brightness all the way to the top as well, that is absolutely eye-searing, so that should do no problem, even if it's the height of summer, which it won't be for quite some time here in the UK. And like most budget devices around the £100 mark, it is a 720p device, so it's 1520 by 720, so it's just standard HD, not full HD. But as you can see there, reasonably crisp, should be absolutely fine for a bit of YouTube and everything. Let's just try that out now. So as you can see there, just streaming a bit of YouTube action at 720p, and you know, I do the job absolutely fine. If you're just enjoying a bit of your favourite TV show, something like that. It's quite a stretched aspect ratio, 19 by 9, so quite well suited to your bit of movie action and all that. Hello, this trailer's getting quite racy. We should choose something else in case any kiddie winks are watching. And yeah, you know, sort of decent, respectable colours and everything as well. The viewing angles aren't bad at all. Again, for a budget device, you can generally depend on the likes of Nokia, even at this sort of affordable asking price. And if we just boost the speaker up for a second as well.
More challenging. And remember, the future of Jumanji is in your hands.
I have one important question. Who is Jumanji?
So it's just a single bottom firing mono speaker, of course, as you tend to get on these budget devices. And to be honest, that top volume, pretty pitiful. So if you're in a noisy environment, you'll probably struggle to hear that. Luckily, you do get a headphone jack up top, so you can stick in a wired pair, otherwise, of course, full Bluetooth support as usual. Because you get a lovely stock version of Android Pie on here, of course, there's no clutter or anything like that. All you get is a bunch of Google apps installed, and it's just started installing some of my own personal apps from a previous backup as well, so that's all that shenanigans. Of course, the usual Android Pie gesture navigation works perfectly well and everything as well. You can swipe this way to sort of skip between recent apps. As you can see there, it's not the swiftest and smoothest of devices. Of course, you've got a Snapdragon 429 chipset running the show here on the Nokia 3.2, and as you can see, the likes of the Google feed, quite a slow, stuttery experience there. Unfortunately, this is the most basic model, so it does just have 2 gigs of RAM. You can buy it with a 3 gig model as well, which should hopefully provide slightly smoother performance. I would say 2 gigs is just not quite enough to cut it on modern Android handsets. And because this is the basic 2 gigabyte model as well, I should just have only 16 gigabytes of storage space on board as well. So yeah, as you see, 69% of it already used just from the pre-installed apps and the apps that it's then subsequently downloaded. So yeah, so not much space at all for your stuff. Thankfully, microSD memory cards are up to 400 megabyte are supported on the Nokia 3.2. Phew! So I don't have to immediately start deleting stuff. On the battery as well, you get 4,000 milliamp cells stuffed inside the Nokia 3.2, so hopefully that should keep you going all day long, no worries. Even in the most intensive, long-lasting day, should be absolutely fine. Of course, you get the usual battery saver modes, adaptive battery action, all that shenanigans as well. Supports 10-watt charging, so not super nippy, but shouldn't be too bad. Oh, and like quite a few other Android One handsets, you also get a dedicated Google Assistant button here on the side of the Nokia 3.2 as well, so just a quick push of that. And hopefully, yep, there we go. After a slight delay, the Google Assistant pops on up and you can say, hey, do my bidding. And yeah, just wait half an hour for that to translate. And then last up, as far as the hardware and features go, here on the back, I feel that like this is a slice of history, because do you remember these single lens smartphone cameras? It's a 13 megapixel f2.2, backed with a bit of LED flash action there. No depth sensors or wide angle lenses or anything like that. We've just boot up that camera app, and hopefully this won't take too long despite that slow ass Snapdragon chipset. As you can see there, it's a fairly basic camera setup, so you're obviously in full auto mode to start with. You can snap away like so. At least you do get an HDR auto mode, so that'll help with the high dynamic range, although probably not a huge amount, to be perfectly honest. You've got a square mode if you want to shoot a square photo, hooray. And of course you can switch to video mode like so, and this allows you to shoot, I believe, up to full HD resolution video. Let's just have a look. Oh, video resolution, and yeah, up to 1080p rear and front camera as well. The front facer is a 5 megapixel snapper, and you do get a small selection of other bonus modes as well. Panorama, bit of Google Lens action, and a time lapse as well, if that's your bag. Oh no, what the hell's going on? What? I swear I didn't touch that Google Assistant button, not sure what's going on there. And let's just swap around to that 5 megapixel front facer, and there I am in all of my glory, in inverted commas. So as you can see, I just take a nice bit of 1080p video. Hello, sexy people, this is Chris from TechSpert. And of course just snap away, and you've got the square mode once again as well for those selfies, hooray! And that right there is my full unboxing and a quick tour of the Nokia 3.2's hardware and software. Gotta say, for that £100 asking price, I'm more swayed by Motorola's Moto E6 Plus. Just offers a little bit more in terms of the actual performance, seems a little bit smoother, and you obviously get a proper fingerprint sensor around back for that £100 model, whereas you don't get it here on the Nokia. Camera setup seems a bit more advanced on the Moto as well, though to be fair, the Nokia does have a 4,000 milliamp battery, so it should keep you going all day long, and that 720p display looks perfectly good to me. So are you tempted by the Nokia 3.2? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. It'd be great to hear your thoughts, and please do plug, subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech. Cheers everyone, love you!